Ia, whatalo whatu le Silafia le nei tae o fou. Ia, o le aso luas fultolu nei o te sema. Ia, whamalo so i fo maua, ma le langi mai a te ulua tina. Ia, o wale ni tangata fo voi nunga nei polo kalami. Ia, o mātou whātasi e ma tina ia whaalo. Ia, me se fo i tina ia Bridget. Ia, tu lua swafa whaale anganu. Ia, ave ia le nei taimi o te whātalo whātua i le tātou. Ai, ave mo le vi inga ma le whāwhitai te mao le langi. Lona pole whāsoa. Ia, i tātou lana whanau o maua i tātou le... Ia, o la mo tātou au lia mai fōle nei vai tau o le Faamanuia o le Kirisimasi ia ma le... Le soi fō mai o le whaola. Ia... Mai se fo le pai o Samoa, ia tulou, ia pai e whale anganu, ia pai e whale ainga, pai e whale kālesia, ia o le rāle o iese leo le au auna, ia o pai e lawana mai le wau se i o le whau. Ia o le nei tae au, ia pai o le leo fo ualoa sila mai. Ia rau whai atu fo ia o te unga, le ngata i rau Santa Claus bulau lea. Ia me so ro ula fala le ia ro ofu le na sen mai le kaseni a sala ela after I love mo le oftino ia le o faunga lunga le Silafia ia ia wat we leva no te lua fatalo fatua i le tato por kalami ia mai se foi lo maua mai le por kalami amata me o
malo ia le se upo silia i le whawhenua ia a lausunga o le ua whawhoina nei por kalame o le Silafia ma na o le nganga whawhitai ta alusia o lo o maua ni awanoa e maua mai e fwoi nei au nanga ma e whawhitai atu fwoi ona o toi maua nei awanoa e toi whatastasi mai ma leo so nei ia e whaai ui ia ngā luenga le Silafia ia ma taratala no fwoi po ani ni ngā luenga fwou mo le lua whenua fofa e no toi mama o toi oceana. So yeah, welcome everybody. Again, it's a privilege to be here again for the final program for 2023 and into 2024. So thank you, Alo, for this opportunity and welcome everybody. Look forward to seeing you in the new year.
Bridget, you want to...
Fasili for se leo fatau wa le wo mana fa lu fa felo inga yo tato wa le fa fatai.
Ia, whawhitai o tātou po kalame nei a whia o tātou te tautana no lava. We're going to talk about the beginning from our episode 1, just a brief mention of what we discussed. And as I was going back, as our conversation in the car over here, aluai, Whangaleo Maka le episode 1, we cover a lot of things in that episode 1, We came out firing all cylinders.
Oh, that's fine.
There's a lot of things that we cover. So is there anything that you remember that you want to share? Something that stand out?
I think for me, I think for me, as we look back, the most important thing for me was the opportunity, was the fact that we have begun talking about the hard things. Wale o mawhai ona whatastasi ma mawale awa noa mwhai ai ona tala noa I tūlanga whaingata. Pe on melna pe e tū mai luma o auia mai le taimina amata mai ai I le taimina nei o le whawhitai ona o mwhai ona whaawau ma talatala noa pea e ui lava ina whaingata a o nei lava I mwhai a on tatou whatasasi le vai aso ma le vai aso hei fwoi na iuso mtua ngane wo o mai ma o le pe on me taua na ia uia o le mawhai o na iai o se tō manga saunga le mō e mwhai ai ona o nā awiri ili ma vai tutoa I mata upo whaingofia ia le savalinga. Wai le whaingofia, it's not easy, but we've begun. So that's the most important thing for me is the fact that we've been able to get it off the ground and we're still here. N23, we're still here. Going, yeah, it's the most important thing for me. The topics, they'll continue to be hard, but I'm grateful. Well, but you, Bridget? Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
What do you think? What do you think?
I think it's the courage as well. It's the courage that we all have in us to share and again to talk about those hard topics. When I sit back and watch the old episodes, it's I reflect on personally how hard it is to talk about those without Silafia program. And I think with the Silafia program, it's really opened up that safe space to have this dialogue, the conversation, conversing in regards to those hard conversations. Og hvad jeg siger til en start så jæle le Faamanuia I talanua I matau whaingatai. Pada whaftaile po kalamin Silafia. O mai lewa noi whatata noi tato o le ale umai tanoanga. O te ilo si taimi o mo le tato la atu se talanoanga e loloto. Tato te o taimi nei pe falling me tato le au atu le. Ai o te ilo taimi o luma o le ato Feausia I le moana sau ma tu e lewa no ato ne mo lewa no e tu atu I o tato tangata lo whawhongwhua mai mo ele nei au nā ngai whaasua mai o lato manatu ma se fsosoani I le whaawawina pea o le pokalamin Silafia.
Ma salo langona foiana tasi a le vesili o ona o le manino o le manulauti, the vision that you had, has it met your
expectation?
Yeah, has it been for you? Amatanga up to now, how's it been for you? Is it because that's your vision, that's your mission? O le manulauti na o le asa o e vai mamao, vai loloto iai.
You know, o la uia whengare le me pesiri no what I learn a lot. You know, during this time that I taimi o tātou mafuta I fo I nunga polkala, me ma share fo I ero nunga polkala. I learn a lot about about your work and also for the commitment that you guys put in the work that you do, and there is no recognition. I don't know if it's part of your job to just work behind the scene, but in my opinion, you deserve the recognition as anybody out there in terms of the work that you put in, because some of the work that you do, you do a lot of, probably I would say 80% of the work that you do, you volunteer for to help the community. And that's the best part about it. So the reward, you're not looking for financial rewards or things like that, but the reward is helping the community. So to answer your question, I'm learning, and I still want to learn more. And I'm looking forward for next year to keep continually talk about the same conversations that we have. So thank you for you talk about opportunity. It's a good opportunity for myself as well to learn from what you guys have.
But you're doing the same thing. You're doing the same thing from your passion, from your experience. It's because of your commitment that you have thought about it, prayed about it, and now you're doing the same thing. And I believe that the more we step forward and do what you're doing through Silafia, it will become easier. I know one of your questions in the past has been, how do we address this? We talked about domestic violence and we talk about sexual assault. We talk about mental health and substance abuse, all those things that are affecting our families. The way around it is to come together and to have these connections. Pe ole me tāwana, ole tau tutuli loa I tātou mawhtanga muli nei. Ana le sei noa ia lo langona ma lo tau mwhai e whaailoa ia mea o lo langona I oe. Ia ele o mai ia mātou whapena fo inisi o mai I le nei mawhtanga e whaatino ai ia ngā ruenga. Pese I pe ole me tāwana o le fia tutuli loa e auia o le fia whaonga ina o le ngangana Samoa, wanting to use our language in Samoan and in English because we're here in Australia where people can hear us from anywhere in the world. We're not just in one space anymore. This program has allowed us to reach out and touch people's lives because at the end of the day it's about choices. You may know a lot of things but whether you choose to do something about it o le whiwhiringa nā oe pese I o le mena o le tutuli noa o ia o le mwhai o na o le lau atuao o malamnamanga ma fisosoani ai whiwhiri a tangata ia pese I o se langona na o le e whai ama ma whangu mai ia o I le tā o le Silafia ai o te langona o le nā fo I sa valia la vai oe I le ala na I le Tausaga fō into the new year of connecting.
Bridget, I will talk about choices and you mentioned in one of the episodes that we talk about whangale lo passion as a social and advocate for our community. You want to share a little bit about that and how it came about?
Well, I think one of the episodes lesa o whaasoa I le mafuanga foi wa whai ia mawhai foi le awa nanga ni tangata whatau ba. O na ola I tila o whanau sa o no whawhale I was a stay-home mother when the children were very young. Ia sa iei foi taimi sa mana o miele fisosoani. Ia e pei fo le amatanga o Silafia sa e whaasoa I si tama sa ua wheloa. Ia o le mea tasi sa o le loa I didn't even know where to go to get that help. Ia au le ala o avia le suʻesuʻe. Ma ua mauaina ia wanoa fo ia e afoi. E fisotaʻi matangata I mau le fisosoani. Ia o le toi foʻi tuai I fesili a mata mai lo fesili le pefolinga mai the recognition. Ia wa alawa ia o tangata I'll speak for myself. I don't think I deserve that recognition because how far have I come to help? I don't know. But o tātou, I o tātou whatawa, ia o tātou whatawa whai tātou matangata fisosoani atu. Because again, earlier you said o te musue e taula o ele ingoa soa whamatai o ainga. Ia wā fōi it's not about me, it's not about us, it's about others because to me, without them, we are nobody. We are just servants. That's what I think. We are just humble servants to serve. E pe o le concept le tennis. Serve and defense. But we haven't gone to the defense yet. So ka ko alenga le serve lava. Yeah. So I think ole aunanga ia ira we lo toma wala lo ole aunanga fif so ia mai fa au pe le tsalo ia mo pel malo si a olua. Ia matato mana isi fo eu som tuanga ne o mai le ne pokola me mana isi fo eu tato tangata anu olo fai pea ma fa awa pea le sosoania tato tangata fa taile atu le tamai poto la titi ia ma tamai me o tato lo whaalau tele pia le au nanga e sosoani tangata tātou.
Yeah, we are ole upulele recognition. Lena ta I received that differently in the way you said that. You don't expect the recognition because we do this work, because we do it. But I think I received that recognition. Like I said, Samoa, and trying to carry the two languages and the meaning and the depth that I felt that recognition that you're talking about also means ole amanaia is more amanaia, which is kind of recognition. I don't know about you two, but it's also a little bit deeper. Meaning, that you need to come. Like for you, you wanted us to say, come guys, come. I guess, if lack of a better word, or that's how I see that, which is so important. But once again, you use the word, so we're picking it up and we're running with the word. But when I look at Silafia, Hamanaia is what you're doing is bringing us here, not for the glory of us, but for to say, what are you guys doing? You said you're doing it, so what are you doing? And are you effective? It's I think it's a really important thing. That are coming through that door to talk. You better come equipped with these questions of acknowledgement with am I doing, did I, and we touched on that, didn't we, brother, when we came in the car? Yeah. Some people are now just doing it, tick the box, okay, we did it, we went there, we did this, and that can happen in churches, that can happen in our work. There's no passion anymore. Silafia is, come, let's talk. How are things going? How can I help you? How can you help me? How can we help Silafia? Many things have happened. Maybe you can talk about that in a little bit. Other services or other organizations, or we see so we're talking about from then till now, what has grown, what has happened, and that was my thought. I'm glad you talked about that recognition.
Yeah, but I wanted to also say, and while we're still on that note, if you acknowledge the lato contribution. Remember, it's not about us, it's about others. Yeah. A shout out to these beautiful ladies, Audrey Hill, Sinangongo, Winterstein, Teresa Toleafoa, Faleopolo, Vala Awali'i, Ole Ingoa Tole Sofa Tole o Vala. Yeah, mole au nanga foi o lo to au nai foi sosoani tangata no tato. Ole Skid Row radio station ale no Samoa. Yeah. Wow FM. And Korea radio.
Au ingo 99 ia o le ale lato pitanga. Le ase se mea wailau iloa ia lato ilo e mo e o le o man malamai. To this group that you just named, what's the meaning to you?
Ile community Samoa. Se alato au nanga. E pe ona tina ia wa ausia le foi le awa wina fa'alili upu fa Samoa. Malesi foi o fa'alo, one of them, and myself. So it took us a lot of encouragement. Loto toa. E faile le ngaluenga le awaile se o le ngana tato Samoa. O singa ngana fainga taa. O le upusa o le wai o aulamba ia to tasi sa o walu I faile a course le malo manatu fa'apia. O ia e faingo fie lava wa no o le Samoa ma Oi, ia, ai o mai lo taimi o te whaalili oi, o le matua o ne upu lava. o le upu sa o le matua i one upu. Ia sa, ia ai e le se me mai whaia i le whaatasi me o le ali i mai whasoani na yuso nei e whaia matou fi whaasoa ai. I upu talawhia ngai, mai tatau o na whaongaina. I mana isi foi tina o lo o whaia ua lewa na ia tau le matata o le whaali upu. Ai ia te awa tā ua le amana ia o nai tina ia po nai yuso nei.
E pea o lo tā ua le pule o le amana ia. But as we talk in our episode 2, we talk about, I still remember respect and ia for o le tātou mafutai nei tāmana i o Paul Kalame le o tātou o mea o le pei o we meet here e koe alwa i fo le lo mafau fo i le tātou wanga nu i pūlenga li ma matai fo o le nu. And they always tell no every Monday i le beta o la songa fua pe o asola na te whaalong wai o mai matai e tala noa.
Oh,
weekly. Every they call it their song of four. It's a Monday every week. If I lambo me or sala, if you whatever you see me with fire
it's being addressed.
This is where you serve, and then they tell them off for me. Lei ele no mata pulana pe la le tatu tala noanga nei pe manatua for il tatu culture, and that's what I learned a lot from our conversations for le anga no malita anga e for il tatu pale lot. I always believe ole lotu malanga no e o fatas. Mau ai te mo lui lau te ro na I o tātou tangata. Andy and Tupai Delay, we had a very good sharing with two of the elders of a church and also like community as well. And we talk about the transition from Tupai Malona inga fo ilele o mai Samoa. Because they migrate from Samoa and live here. And he was talking about a little lover for English services when he came with his young family. If he didn't have the knowledge that he had, he would struggle, getting a home. And it took him 2 years to establish his family because of the lack of understanding and the lack of awareness that there are services available to help our community. Do you guys want to share one? Because we all live in Samoa, and then I also migrate here. Do you want to share your time of coming here? Did you have the same difficulty, Lingi, when you move over? Because you transited from New Zealand, or?
Yeah. Ia wa fo sa o ni mo o walu leo no fo atu I fa fo to Australia so fo I mai ile, and I think it's the same thing. If ana fa pe o tailo le mele wo lo I vai taimini ile no so I nei ele ya to lo lose full. It was like I came earlier, I was around 16, and I went back and I came back and settled here. Ana fa be o tailo le mele o lo ni le system ma fiso soani le wa ma ni vai time. Yeah. Le lope se atu le tulanga ia ilo o tangata malo ainga. Ya ele ai o le te mafau o fufuanga o mai ale li ia fa pe it's meant to be this way, it's this way. E pe fa te ingana e pe o toi fo ile fa soa tupa ile. Ile su ile system po le fa fia. Yeah. E tele o avanua I nei atunu e toi wha awa wai pia awa onga. And never too young and never too late to continue to study. And I think that's why I'm getting up, because of the opportunity that I was never given as a young person. So my biggest thing with my children is making sure that they do use the opportunity to be well educated and to serve, to serve. E whai matangata e whaawa e pia tautua ma au I so singa luenga. A wai o te tautonu o tō whingo tangata I le whaapia o se mea e mamasangia I a tātou. I le ngata te talo a mātua, a te talo le hainga lautele. Ia po ai fo e kale sia e o lai lolotu ai. E leo se me whaingo fia I le tūlai o tamaiti mau e au, e tele tangata e tapua ia. Whaiwa tātou whanau. Ai po le alawa mea o lo iai nei, ma mea o iai tamaiti. O whaiwa e tapua ia, o Faamanuia. Au ia e sa whainga tāwho ia e tele a mea culture clash. O mai Samoa I lalo wawa I ngau mātua, mai e nofo na ta I tainei atunu o tele sa olotonga wa e pulea o e pe o le e tau mamalo fo I pe o upo e whai so o e tato o mātua. E wāram tupu mena I atu e wā e tau mamau mleari. Ia, upo māsan. Ai atonu e iei me o mai a tato ma whauwhaunga be e sao e. Wai whai leo le tangata ia ma le pule sa o loto. Ai e toi fo ia le amatanga. You always go back to the humble beginning, where you come from, how you were brought up. And ai whaftai fo I le whesoswani le ngang pe eta e pea po fia lava e le awala ngawa. E toi o mai lava I le mea tauna whai pe whesoswani pe atuanga te talo fo. Ai o la uia na whāsoa I le se me whai ngōwhia, para o le watato o mai nei time, Mo wai whaine ia manoa e mo wai e so ta inga manisi voi au na ngoro o le ngatana e le mo waula. Ai le lau mo le no e sosoani atu ai tangata tātou. Whai e pia ia tātou tangata whātaua ama e sosoani o tātou tangata.
Alo.
Alo tau.
Yeah. Ole tā ua ole whisiri, ole tō whaasolo ma whauwhaunga. E se tā ua nei mea ole whisiri. The question gets the mind, going off, oh my gosh, yes. Tasiva no iwa. 1969, my mind goes back to 1969 when we left Samoa for New Zealand to Australia. Where do you begin, thinking, mama whauwhaua jili, oh my goodness, yes. Ole mōli o lo o sulu mai ia uia o lo e saunoa. O whaingata lava na whengai mau tātou mātua, ma leo ngā tūpulanga ua tuana I atu. O le nei fo e whengai ma tātou I le whaitaimi nei, we're facing it as well. Ona o le whisotai, when we spoke about that, le lava o whisotai inga, mai e whaingata, wa umana tala noa tātou, ma toi tala noa, o le lava o whisotai inga, pe tele ni mea e Silafia ma e loa e malo poto whaatangata a e le whisotai ma e alwe sa ili nei manuia po New Zealand po I nei e te nofo ia le loto I whale lea e tasi you will not move I lawa o langona you will stay in that little community po New Zealand po Australia mai laile pa ia tu ma tatala atu ia nio malama anga inisi sosoani o lo umfaina e maua. But here's the problem though that I find, that I see, is o le upuleo le whetalitonu your inability to trust whetalitonu ai I tonu a inga ma le whaasoa I being able to share will stop you from being able to access I lo walu tua au mai fisosoani ia. Na tono no fo yala ia. Ia langa o meanga ngau mai ai mātou ia, which really is my I lo wau langona. We have to go beyond that now. If we want change, ele ngata Silafia, but we've got to move and connect, because we go to church and we speak nice and we love our neighbor, but we're not doing that. Because if we were really doing that, we would be more connected than we are now. As we look into 2024, I pray that we continue to carry through wha'awau, to carry through wha'awau ia le whiwhaasoai, to share. Ia wha'awau, to continue le whemalamanamai, to seek to understand before you judge people, or else we won't share and we won't go looking for what we need. We need to connect. Tato fisotai. Mawhetari tonu ai, to trust. The 5 F's that we spoke about. Whewhaamawhanawhanai, to comfort each other. We're not going to get it right the first time. And we're not going to go ask for help. Ele o tātou sa ili, se wsosoani pe awhai o tali tuali mai na tātou i se taiming tātou o ia whaonga, ni wsosoani. So we have to trust. Whewhaamawhanawhanai, to comfort each other and to forgive ourselves first. Forgive ourselves and forgive others. We don't get it right all the time. Services, we've got lots of services, I believe now, from 20, 25 years ago, but the challenge is how do we connect? So, it is difficult coming to a new place. It is difficult to connect, but we need to keep trying through talking about it. Like the weekly conversations. Keep talking about it. Keep talking. So I think in answer to how did we cope? How are we going to cope into the new year? Is to connect more. It's not easy. My mind is saying, well, why, Alu? Why is it hard to connect? And once again, because we mask many things. Everything's fine, but things are not fine. So when we talk suicide, when we talk mental health, those are not pretty topics, but we have to talk about them, because at the end of the day, in a fight, we can do so much more when we get to know ourselves and open up, as we have with the 7 graduates that we've found doing a course. We came for one thing, but we've found something else from coming together. So there's, God works in many, many ways, and I would encourage you to continue into 2024 paddling out to deeper waters. To deeper waters. more. Ring the bell. We need to ring the bell.
So we're going to ring the bell. Before I ring the bell, I want to, because a lot of questions that came through, before I talk about ring the bell, I want to say hello to a few people that are watching our program from Samoa. Tofaya Seiuli, Panapa, Shona Tausi, Tangaloa Ake, Mole, continue to watch us and give the thumbs up. And also all the audience, so se mela o yensa moro mau manipula, Faamanuia to the Kirisimasi, Tausaga fo, Inea matou man Silafia. So I'll ring the bell.
Yes, and who are we ringing the bell for today?
So today I'll ring the bell because there are questions that they ask me what is the bell really for? And the original idea that came about when we talk about the domestic violence and
Sexual violence.
It was started off with sexual violence. And I decided because it's such a broad issue. So the bell is to ring to remind us to talk about, domestic violence. So it's including sexual violence, any type of violence, and even abuse, all those type of abuse we have to talk about. As we mentioned before, the more we talk about, the more understanding that we might be about this issue, and then maybe come up and how. You want to say something about that, Alu?
No. Along the same lines, it is not just talking about it, but stepping outside. Where we can talk about it, but ale o iai e mwhaintato talanoa, ale o iai ni to o manga saunga le mo, safe spaces for us to continue these conversations, then we're going to be talking about it for another year. So that's why I'm so grateful that we have this opportunity Faamanuia to remind ourselves to not only ele ngata i le talanoa ai ia whau ni to o manga saunga le mo, to create safe spaces where these conversations can happen. Now, obviously, when we talk in both languages, a whaonga ia ngana i lua, e te tau ia tātou na Sava Valley. We need to move and action ways for our families to have these conversations, because this would be one of the other biggest obstacles within families is this disconnection. O le lea just sota inga ngana le ngana whaparani, ngana wha Samoa. And now there are families, ngana wha Italia, ngana wha, we're a multicultural Samoan now. We're not just pure Samoan tato talanoa wha Samoa. We're not just, English. Yeah. We're a diverse, very diverse community now. Here, overseas, internationally, people listening in from Europe. I think that's important to keep reminding ourselves. We use our language, but action, move towards creating. To keep challenging these conversations within ourselves. Yeah. Well, that's what I've said in the beginning, is you don't go out there unless you have begun the work. And o nisi nei o wangalo la ukulele. Sa lo la amaile Tausaga fo o ni mewhainga or tools that we can continue to give to people, o me whainga ruenga mwhai ona whaasoa atu, o me whainga ruenga pe o le malolo, manawa, ma mawhauwhau.
It's simple tools.
Simple tools. Stop, breathe,
and think.
If you can do that, then you can think about other things. Then you can begin to take action. Whai oena e whaonga si me whainga ruenga lea pa o taimi o le whiawhia, o le whawoi vai taimi o whiawhianga, ma le awa, ma te le mau mea tau mawhai e whaonga ni a wala to action. E whaanga i o iai ia le tala noa. Ma le la asanga leo, now what am I going to do? I'm just going to stop. I'm going to breathe, take a breath. It's free, and it's what God has given us. We don't breathe as much as we should be breathing. And then think. Think for me, what am I doing for me, Alu? What are you doing for yourself this week? Or I cut my hair. Or I wore some lipstick. What did that do for me? I felt good.
Self-confidence.
Self-care.
Well,
self-care.
It's something, someone says something to me about who is the most important person in your life?
Good point.
It's you.
It's you.
You. It's no one else.
Well, ring the bell to that. Can we ring the bell to the self? Ring the bell for the self. Yes.
It's mentioned because as I share on the radio about my mental experience through life, and And I've seen a psychiatrist for many years, and one of the things that I learned from him, because I suffer from panic attack, anxiety, and then it became I fell into deep depression for a while. And I've been seeing a psychiatrist, and I recommend anybody that goes through mental health to seek help, because there are helps there that can help. And one of the things that I shared is on the radio. He said to me, when you get into that stage, as you mentioned too, and one of the tools he told me is to breathe. Close your eyes and you start thinking from the top of your head, all the parts of your body. Try not to think about anything else, but concentrate yourself in your mind, imagining your hair all the way down to your nose, your mouth, down to your chin. In your mind, you're thinking right across your whole body to your toe. So by the time you finish thinking about it, your whole system is calm. You know what I mean? Because that's one of the tools he showed me.
Beautiful.
And I use that too. I use that tool as to calm myself when I get to my panic situation and my deep depressions as well. Because as I said before, being a man and the way I brought up, I'm not blaming anybody. I had no understanding about mental health. And that's the whole part of it. It's just never understand what mental health was, because it's never been taught in my family or the way I brought up. No understanding. Maybe somebody was trying to mention it, but being a man is one of those things that you grow up, we mentioned stigma. It's one of those types of, you have to be a man to get over it. You know what I'm saying? That masculine energy and that kind of. So it's a very good. It's good exercise that you said. People can laugh and about it, but if you really, really think about it, it's very important. It's just something simple. You stop, you breathe, and then you think. How hard is that? You know what I mean?
It's hard. It's very hard. It's not easy when you're filling your head.
But I'm glad you share that with us, and I'm happy to share anything. So for our people out there, men, especially men, don't deny the fact, I was once like that. Mental health, it does exist. So seek help. That's my advice as a current patient and somebody that went through that. It is important that we look after our mindsets and our, Is there anything you want to share, Bridget? You look... Very
relaxed.
Very relaxed.
She's breathing.
I think I would like me say I taimi nei ole Kirisimasi. Many years ago when the children were very young, we used to always we go out and buy a gift. And I used to always give them, the budget was like $10 or $20. If I tell se mea alofa tu le wish tree. Mo nei tamaiti ai le ni mea alofa. And then on Christmas Day, bea tu tala mea alofa tamaiti. O te whaamanati ai au te tala lau mea alofa e mawhau i le falling o tamaiti ti o te tala ina mea alofa sa e fōa ai atu. You have put a smile on that child's face. So, again, whaatele ina I pele vinga o le li le sosoani lea. So I think o le whamanatula as a mother, le tāua o le mautanga ma le nifo I vai taimi le Kirisimasi, it's not about celebrating with alcohol. Me e tāua fwele tau mawhole awa ai, tātou awa ai, I le saunga le mua nei whānau. Ma le whaatau ai no mawhtanga le ainga. I think for me, Christmas is about giving. That's for me. And my family, it's about giving and sharing. Tātou awele ne Kirisimasi saunga le mu, e tātou te whaasoa ai ma Petufai, pe tufa fo ia na o tatou mawhauwhaunga. I le lei fo. Ane ai, i le tāua fo i ni mea tāua material stuff. Ai tāua le tātou whaasoa i manatu. Whaasoa i melelei. Ai o le mea pito silin tāua i te au ia. O le saunga le mua nei whanau ni fo i vai taimi. Ia wawaia tātou whanau.
No, whaftai. Ia, ua le peona roa tā ua le vai taimi nei you know, te lena tāwhia ele awa mālos. Ia al whautuanga fo ele o paukalame ia. Aua le drink and drive. Ia o le si mea le drink in moderation na. Pe le alfasa mo le ngā o le inu ma fau.
Fofua le dei.
Fofua le.
Tausami, fofua le inu. Fofua upu e whilafuai. Fofua uma mea uma.
Fofua uma mea.
Fofua mai o le fofua atu.
Ia mai toi fo e tātou i le tools lea na whaungai na tātou. O le bera lea tātou marolo. Ma whau. Ia, awai, iai fo ia, nisi fo i mawhtanga o le a whisopua i whamatalanga. E pe e whaimamia e le petia i mawhtanga whaawa upea. I a inga. E pe o le, ia, wai fo i mātou mawhtanga whale a inga i ni fo i waitai. And it's very important to take the children to spend time with the family, extended family. But most importantly, the gift of giving. I think that's
it's part of
sharing. It's part of
share. It's all about family sharing. You know, I think every community or every culture, every different community have the different ways of celebrating whatever. You know, as you mentioned, diverse. You know, we are living in a society that for other people. They have their beliefs, you know, we show respect, you know, alo atu, alo mai, you know. We'll learn a lot in these few episodes, and you mentioned next year we're not really rushing, you know, as I say, you know, we haven't got deep to the deep waters yet, and I always believe time will come, you know. We slowly, as I said, I'm learning a lot, and you sharing what your knowledge is, recognition, the word that we discussed today. Amanaia, it's very important to amanaia lo uso atangata. Yeah, poalava tulanga yai, and respect, you know, their beliefs and what they stand for. And then we're in a society that we have so much. And also so much to give and so much to take. You know, I mean, Australia is such a blessed country. You know, we think about the world and what's going on today. How blessed are we? You know, there's nothing happening here, but we have to be grateful. But we have here peace, harmony, and we can hope that our kids grow up in the same environment. So. But technology is going so fast now, things change, and there's talk about technology abuse, you know, financial abuse, all those topics that Silafia is looking forward to discussing in 2024. You know, what a year would be like if we continue to, you know, have this talanoa and become a regular. Well, in the same note, I also would like to thank Audrey for the opportunity that we're on Skid Row Radio with the New Samoa. That's a good platform. If you guys, audience, you want to listen to the radio, the radio is program is between 11
and 9 and 11.
On
9
to 11 every Saturday.
It's a Pacific Wave, 88.9.
88.9, yeah. Tune in. There's a lot of subject that we talk about with our friend Audrey. And then, you know, we have Alu there. He's a regular visitor there. Myself, Bridget, and all the group of girls that actually... You know, your course, I want to talk a little bit about your course.
Okay, what's your time?
10 minutes. I'm very excited.
We start off in the new year on that.
No, I want to because now you You know, how long from now on before you become like your service is available now? Like,
I don't think le course. So at the moment, o mātou ia to'ofitu. O lea, we are now recognized interpreters.
Oh, congratulations.
So we can, e mawhai no mātou whaaliupu I so se matatanga luenga, matanga luenga, e mana o mia le sosoani, e mantua fo I agency e so ta I tangata na ia a whai fo mo mai le nei polokalame. Ia pe o le ia le au nanga Silafia, e whaanga mai le email le Silafia, e whaulu mai e au tau mata opa fia maua toa ile sosoani nei tinai e tō fitu. I is a time o iluma.
7 is a very important number, you know, a holy number.
Be on Tausaga fole e mawhaina se foi la sanga o le ala asia ile si la sanga e whaiso enga le national body. O le Ngāti e mawhai ona a me mātou matanga certified, but at the moment o le taimi nei o mawhai no mātou ngalue e whaaliu upu wha Samoa.
Awesome. You know, I'm so proud of you. Fa'alu, you want to add on? You want to say something? How do you?
No, I'm just very grateful now that we've finished the course. It wasn't easy, and it left you wondering, is this what you want to do?
Yeah.
Like, that's the question. Alu, do you really want to do this? Like, really? Come on. Because they left off here. Look at us. I mean, no last too long. I ni upu ya no ya to foi like to. I will find my me fa malo si mai ai. Don't fight. Just keep trying.
Yeah. I think you as I say it lotto to fa lo pule fa mo. It lotto to fa na ya o you know o lo le kwa le ya you're fluent in Samoa, you're fluent in English. It's a gift, you know. You guys will be good, you know. I had experience with other interpreters myself, and some of the interpreters were there. So it would be a challenge, but I'm pretty sure you guys have the gift to be able to, you know, face any challenges that will come your way. You know, it's an important service too.
I think o isi na iuso ia sa matou whaiwhata sila matou course. E iai na iuso le matua I
Mama isi tū, ai le mama
e iai lana iuso o le matua I loloto la tofa.
Okay.
So ole sosoani sili la ya matou ia wa ave fo le nei course ma me o fai le matou pe se matou sotanga fa sota inga fali uso e fa so matou fa Samoa o pu fetawi matala fiangai e fa matala ina ia o pu palangi ia o pu petania e fengatana ona o ele fa Samoa wai pe na masani tasile u petania e pe joidi se fulu atu mon tupu upu fa Samoa e fa matala ina o le au ngala le na o le mafutanga le e matou te fesota iai ma sosoani lesi e fa fa ngofi ina I fo ngalwenga ma le luitau wai le fa pena ngalwenga o le luitau e fa pese me fa ngofi e o me ma fa na fai
ma salo le me pito tawa na o fa so mai ai o ma fai o toi fo ila tai just fa so o le tawa ya o nei ma le amatanga por kalame ma le aluanga I luma o lau saunoanga nei I luma fau I le va ai o ia first fa mo ni si me o tupu but take care of yourself. So I take that away from our program today. Wish everybody a happy new year, a safe new year and a Merry Christmas. But thank you for that sharing. Thank you for being vulnerable fa ftai fa matala mai o ni mea ni fallinga mai o ni vaivainga ai le o ni vaivainga fa ma fau and o mea uma o lea. We all have it, but start with ourselves. That's my takeaway for today. Start with ourselves. Ia amata ia te au whaftai.
O le whamanatu mana ele whamanatu ia I tātou ai wale wo man Faamanuia o au foi la Faamanuia atu le Kirisimasi taua mo nai tātou ainga. I le nei atunuu, ma atunuu lo I whafo, la whafonga mai le nei polo kalame o Silafia. Ia, tātou mantua e tausina ia tātou matua tausi. Ia manai whanau. Ia, tātou whelua e saimi o iluma I le alofa le ali whawhitai.
Ia, e te roere to I sa upu whapopo na o le nganga whawhitai ma le nganga whiawhia. Ia te olua pe o olua ia sa moe malai I le polo kalami. Ia e mamori atu le nganga fwoi na o Silafia nei asu. I to a mai o roa tātou tātana noa. Te tau whafoi tō tātou ma whawhau le amataina fwoi o nei polo kalami. Ia pe on sao no fwoi tina ia pāra. Ia o lewa fwoi sa ma whawhoi I o lo tangata I se polo kalami e I sao lunga polo kalami. Ia pe ia fwoi mai vainga whale tangata fwoi le pe musua ma le ai pe ia e whangu mai pe le anganga fwoi le te tau wao na ona tala no ma tau puia pe ona awala mai fwoi si tamane ana ma wheloa ia pe o le anganga na o le nei pokalan o le e pe o le mission statement ma le vision fwoi o le pokalan me ia kiria. The other thing is I want to talk a little bit about the mission of the Pokalam. Well, let's say be connecting our services, but now I feel like we need to open the door a little bit wider, not just for services, but as a platform to connect our people. And you talk about start from us. You know, we focus on our own people to connect. I want to use this platform to connect, not just for services, but for any Samoan person out there. You know what I mean? To come in and share what they think, you know, in terms for or share what the issues they have. So the door is open there in the mission statement. The vision is always stand the same, equal opportunities for everyone. This is a table. We come in and we share what we have. But we're saying that, thank you, girl. Thank you very, very much for bless the work that you do. Continue to do the work. But as I mentioned, in any type of form, you still have to have a recognition for works that you do. I also take this opportunity to thank all our audience out there, wherever part of the world you are, Sweden, America, England, or New Zealand, even in our own country in Samoa, we have people that respond. Thank you very much for your support. This program is mainly for helping our people and connecting our community. We will have a break in Christmas and New Year's, so probably for a couple of weeks, and it will be back probably on the second week of January. So to have a peaceful Christmas, Faamanuia le Kirisimasi ma le Tausaga fou. Yeah, don't drink and drive, please. You know, drink at home, and also drink in moderation. You know, I'm a drinker too. You know, don't let the drink get over you or take over you and take control of you. You always to control the way we all know what's right and wrong. Nobody needs to lecture what is right and wrong. We all know what is right for us. And avia never know for te whalalala tu ai foi se upu foi wa le tamali I le whafonga le au whafonga nei la suia. Avia le tos pa o Yesu e whamangalo ai se leo o lo tangata ia po se whamatalanga foi wa le tamali I la whafonga guess ia e Faamanuia tele so I fua na Yesu whaftai.